Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right, Loungin. We are chilling. Look, Friday was crazy, all right? So we missed Friday, but we was like, look, we got you. Late night live, doing it up, or Monday morning, whatever you want to do. It's your thing. You can be here with us, or, whatever you need to do. But when I say us, I'm not by myself. Lisa, say what's up.
Hey, y'all.
So, in this case, welcome to NERDSoul. Of course, NERDSoul. Hip Hop and Geek put it together. We get into tons of stuff on Loungin with news and all that stuff. I want to give a shout out to everybody early in the chat. Everybody checking out the replay. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Hitting that thumbs up, all that good stuff. Shout out to Thomas D in the house mad early. Also, big shout out to the Patreon supporters, people like Panda, Thought Crimes, Enrique Carrion, Kibi23, Fillmore Pockets. All you guys are awesome. Folks that hit the super chat, folks that hit the Cash App, much love to y'all. And also much love to people. Look, if you ain't got a dime, you can use that index finger, you can use that thumb. You can share, hit that thumbs up, all that mess. You know what I'm saying? Helps a brother out in the algorithm. We try to go independent, you know the deal. But we got things to talk about. We got things to get into. What do you want to talk about first?
Lord, it's so much.
Lord.
I mean, let's go ahead and start from the tippy top.
From the tippy top?
From the tippy top.
All right, cool.
All right. Once again. Part 2. Gayle King and Miya Ponsetto interview. There is a part 2, y'all. I know everyone was like, this can't be it. This ain't all of the interview. No, it was not.
Nah.
This can't get any worse. Yes, it can.
This is the part of the interview where she's like,
where the wheels fall all the way off.
He's 14. I lived the same amount of life that he did. It's like, nah.
I don't know if you know
Nah, you're 22.
Yeah.
You 8 years older than him.
Yeah.
You lived a whole extra 8.
I don't know if you know how math works.
She tried to be like, we both kids.
Call herself a girl. Ma'am.
Man, stop calling yourself a girl. Now, of course, same delusions. But it was just funny how she skirted essentially like all responsibility. She was like, I'm a girl. I'm just a girl in a digital world, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just
it was really a hot mess. She, continued to not take responsibility for what she did. She tried to say she and the boy's father could have done things differently. And
try to throw it.
No, ma'am. No.
She also did try to throw it on her like she got assaulted. It's like, no, you did not get assaulted.
No.
Me trying to get you off of my son is not assaulting you. You assaulted him. You dove at this kid, all right? Dove on him, tackled him, brought him down to the ground, and also assaulted the father in the mix-up, because he got bloody knuckles, whatever, scratched when you pushed him over, because we see the video. But she's trying to be like, well, he pushed me too. To get you off of his son. Yeah. Yes, that's not the same as being pushed.
And as Gayle is
it's not even close.
Yeah, and as Gayle is trying to explain things to her like she's 2 because she obviously needs it, and trying to get her to take accountability, she gonna go, it's 2021, let this be the year of healing. Yeah,
she tried to make it seem like everybody did something wrong. It's like, whoa.
That's her way of saying, I don't want to talk about it no more. Let's just move on to healing, which is a whole American issue,
like healing.
Which is kind of another topic. But if I hear anybody talk about healing and unity and coming together one more time,
and they be the main ones doing the harming.
You
want to talk about some healing.
You can't have healing. You can't have unity. You can't have coming together until you first recognize and admit to your own transgressions. If you won't do that, you cannot get to healing. That's the way this works.
And straight up dead wrong talking about he's 14 I feel like we did the same amount of living or something. Like, she said something to that extent.
I guarantee you, this boy ain't done half the things you done did in your life.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Man, Thomas D said, said, or attacking, she crying white tears. It's like, man, look, I ain't trying to hit them.
But see, this is just another example of
I ain't trying to see them joints.
This is another example of how white folks, and we're calling her white folks in this instance because she lives as a white woman.
Yeah.
Like
we know what she is. We're talking about in America. Yeah.
This is another example of how white folks will age, if you will, our black children, especially our black boys. Mm-hmm. So she's trying to hold him to the standard of being an adult, but then at the same time holding herself to the standard of being a child. And it's amazing to me how they can get their minds to twist and mutate to make this make sense to themselves and get to the point where they say, you know what, this makes so much sense to me, I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna say it on national TV.
Talk about some we live the same amount of life or something. I'm like, you 8 years older than this kid.
You're an adult. You're an adult.
About?
He is not. He is a minor.
You're an adult. This kid is a kid. But anyway, just wanted to jump, because this last time we spoke, we didn't get a chance to jump on that. We just wanted to let you know, the BS still popping over there.
Yeah.
And, I guess she ain't listening to her lawyer. She like, psh.
She's definitely not listening.
She like, my mama gave me my degree.
I guarantee you that lawyer ain't never worked so hard in all her life.
Man, look. So, hey, we'll see. We'll continue to follow it, see where it go. But I figured that'd be a nice little warm up for y'all. Y'all remember, what I'm saying? Keep it close in your minds, because they ain't done yet. We ain't even got the court for her yet, have we?
No.
Nah, because the court date. No, maybe she did. Was the court date the 22nd? When was she supposed to go to court? Was it Friday that just passed? I can't remember when she was supposed to go to court, but
I think it might be tomorrow. I think it's this week coming.
Oh, okay, cool. But whenever she's supposed to go to court, we'll see what happens. Something will come out from that.
We'll see.
But what we got next?
All right. So this is going to be a little bit of kind of old news. This is from January 18th. Donald Trump may pardon 100 people in final days. Allies warn against pardoning rioters. And so we do know that he did pardon, I think it was over 100.
Yep.
In his last days.
But he seemed to forget a couple people. This man, you thought that he was going to pardon all of his people that was out there rioting at the protests. Going crazy, breaking stuff, climbing up the walls. He was like, nah, bro, look, how about I'm gonna hook up all my homies that help me get my corruption on. I'm gonna hook up your boy Wayne, Kodak Black. But I don't know y'all. Like, he started that joint, got them all riled up, then he was like, I don't know y'all like that. Look, man, I hate to break it to you. Maybe you might have been hoodwinked. You know what I'm saying?
Bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Run them up.
Run them up.
Led astray.
Led astray. But, I mean, you're white. You're going to be all right. Ain't nothing going to happen to these people. They'll be all right. Because notice, they're like, we got the investigation. We've arrested people. We bringing charges.
Like, okay.
But I'm like, nah. Where that time at?
Yeah.
Now, I want to know where that time is. Because you can charge all you want.
Yeah.
But when you get to sentences, they'll be like, well, I think community service will do.
Yeah.
We're
going to give you 4 years with 3.5 of them suspended. Like, so what's the point?
I'll be like, we think house arrest is exactly what's needed here.
Yeah, we don't want to totally ruin your life.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, why ruin this person's life for a couple of minutes of action? Like, I mean, this, come on, man. So, I want to hear real time. If you ain't got no real time, don't be telling me about no investigation. The same thing for these senators. Like, these senators and House of Representative people, all that was like taking people through the Capitol and showing them what to do, where to go, all that mess. People that was tweeting out folks like locations. What we gonna do? Let's see where it go. What up, Epic Radio? You know what I'm saying? Oh man, so we'll see. We'll see how that roll. We'll see how that roll.
Yeah.
How you feeling on that one?
I mean, it's just Donald Trump being Donald Trump. That's probably the most work he did when he was in office, having to sign all of those documents. just whatever. I'm glad he's gone, just so we don't have to really talk about him and deal with him. Now I know he's not going to disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I still think he going.
I know there will be, people who are his Padawans, if you will.
No, not Padawans. I like that.
I thought you would. I thought you would. See what it did?
I like.
But people that have taken notes from him and want to somehow follow in his footsteps. So we're gonna have to deal with those fools, just like the ones that stormed the Capitol.
Because they ain't going. Because those people didn't disappear. Like all the people that stormed the Capitol, they didn't disappear.
Yeah,
they still around.
There are going to be those who feel like, well, now that Trump is gone, it's up to us to continue.
We've got to do it for him.
And it's like there's no fight. Y'all act like what fight? But anyway, so
yeah, they talk about they ready to go to war.
Okay.
You saw how they set up the what is it, Mexican man or the Cuban man for the Proud Boys thing?
Cuban man.
Look, the guy, he's definitely Latinx. The dude that was head of the Proud Boys, and then they said, you ain't the head of the Proud Boys no more. We taking that back. And the white guy that started is like, I'm the head of the Proud Boys now. But then when they arrested him, all the headlines was like, oh, Enrique whoever, he the head of the Proud Boys. Like, you know good and well he ain't the head of the Proud Boys no more. They've been all over Twitter, all over Instagram, talking about he ain't the head of the Proud Boys no more. And y'all, but at the same time, you made your bed, now you're going to have to lie in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Jenna James up in the spot. What up, what up? So what we got next?
There was another story about Trump, and something else he was busy with is executions.
Oh,
so he's freeing some people and then killing
other people.
Now, some people made the argument where they were already on death row. But the thing is this, for some of them, the reason they hadn't been killed yet is because there was still something going on.
They had like outstanding appeals or something like that.
So, because if you get this wrong, you can't go back and fix it.
Especially how many stories as of late we've seen where, oh, just so you know, I lied about this, or just so you know, the police lied, or just so you know, the evidence was, the evidence was tampered with, or whatever, or the evidence was, it's like, come on, man. Just because you on death row, don't mean you particularly are supposed to be there. Yeah. And I think the stats were showing how he did like the most executions, and was like, I was like, this dude was like weirdly having too much fun with executions.
Yeah, let me see. This is an article from BBC. As President Donald Trump's days in the White House wane, his administration has been racing through a string of federal executions. 5 people have been executed, and this is as of January 16th.
Dang.
5 people have been executed in the run-up to President-elect Joe Biden's 20th January. I'm sorry, because they're doing this backwards. January 20th inauguration, breaking with a 130-year-old precedent of pausing executions amid a presidential transition. So for 130 years, presidents was like, okay, cool. We're doing a changeover to another president. I'm not going to make, any more
like rash decisions or something like that.
But Trump said, oh, no, not me.
Nah, man, look, I'm killing everybody I can.
Yeah, they make Mr. Trump the country's most prolific execution president in more than a century.
Yep.
Overseeing the executions of 13 death row inmates since July.
Yo, homie was chilling in these streets, man. Yo, homie was chilling.
I mean,
like 13. Yo, something wrong with that dude on a whole nother level. Like, no, Jenna James didn't say C murder. If you don't get out of here with this Max B, Suge Knight, C murder, nah, bro.
Okay, listen to this.
Thomas D up in here, nah, man.
Since the federal death penalty was reinstated by the U.S. Supreme Court in 1988, executions carried out by the national or federal government in the U.S. have remained rare. Before Trump took office, only 3 federal executions had taken place in this period.
Wow. 13. Yeah,
And they were all carried out under President Bush. And it was, and included inmate Timothy McVeigh, if y'all remember him.
Yeah.
Convicted of the Oklahoma City federal building bombing.
Yep.
Wow.
So that, and it's funny because he did that quietly.
Yeah.
Until like somebody actually wrote an article about it. He was like, hold up, he been executing people? Why haven't we heard about that? Mm-hmm. Yep. It'll get you every time. Get you every time. So you wanna talk about some crazy Louisiana pastors?
Huh. Sure.
I'll read off of this one.
We got some crazy stuff to talk about today, y'all.
Man, all right. So this is one. Shouts to Keith from Blurtish. Like the homie Keith hit me up, sent me this article, and let me go in and send it, throw it up in the chat. Homie sent me this article that I was like, hold up, can you do that? And Louisiana pastor facing murder charge, running for Congress from jail. Subtitle: Victor was charged with murder in 2008 following the death of his 8-year-old stepson, M.L. Lloyd III. So, peep this. St. John the Baptist Parish, Louisiana, a St. John the Baptist pastor whose 2014 murder conviction was thrown out by the U.S. Supreme Court last year, is now running for Congress from his jail cell in central Louisiana while he waits for a new trial. Errol Victor Sr., 54, qualified Thursday to run as a Republican in the 5th Congressional District for the seat left vacant when Congressman-elect Luke Letlow died from complications of COVID-19 before he could take office. No, boy, here you go. So Victor is one of the 12 candidates as of Friday afternoon who have qualified to run for the seat in the special election on March 20th. Letlow's widow, Julia Letlow, is widely considered a frontrunner for the seat. Now, hold up. I'm going to stop you right there.
What now?
We can't be doing this stuff like, oh, I'm dead, so my wife just going to do it. We need to treat this like, what is it? You know when you do like different, I guess, raffles and stuff, and it's like your family members can't play and stuff. Well, if you died, you can't, like, your wife can't just be like, well, I'm going to run for office too. You ain't know nothing about office.
It's like both of y'all don't qualify.
Yeah, you don't qualify. Now you try to, just because you his wife, you try to win on name recognition.
But I will say, at least she ain't in jail.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But, I mean.
Like what are the qualifications?
Well, I guess the qualifications ain't nothing if you could be in jail running for, let's say he win, all right? Let's say March 20th. Look,
they just go put a desk.
They let him run, man. So
they gonna put a desk, a flag, and a lamp in his cell.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Press conferences?
Do your best. Do your best.
Man,
all
look.
Right, this. Okay, let me read this next part. Okay, Victor was charged with murder in 2008 following the death of his 8-year-old stepson, M.L. Lloyd III. That began a 6-year case against Victor and his wife, Tanya, the mother of the child. The couple had to be re-indicted in 2010 because of a conflict of interest for the judge. The couple later fired their attorneys, and Victor, who is not an attorney, represented them. Yeah. They then allegedly skipped out on their trial. They were arrested again in Georgia in 2012.
They fled.
After they were profiled on America's Most Wanted.
They fled. Got on TV.
Finally, at trial in 2014, Tanya Victor was found guilty of manslaughter by a unanimous jury, and Errol Victor was found guilty of second-degree murder, but on a split 10-2 jury verdict.
Now, hold up. Pause right there. 10-2 ain't split.
No.
I know people want to be like, oh, it got to be unanimous. 10-2 is unanimous. Now, 6-6 is split. 5-7 is split. 8-4, I might let you get 8-4. But anything 9 or above, stop it. All right? Stop it. He convicted. 10-2 is not split, man. You got two fools that probably let anybody go free.
Well,
the
look.
dude killed his son.
So after spending almost 6 years in the Louisiana State Penitentiary, a landmark U.S. Supreme Court decision in 2019 found non-unanimous juries unconstitutional, leading the High Court to vacate Victor's conviction in May 2020 and send the case back to state court. I'll just have to say this. This is actually kind of a very rare case, being that we're dealing with a black man.
Yeah, and look, I know. This is usually some stuff that you see white people get away with. I don't know how this brother, how is this happening? Maybe because he a pastor and he up in there, you know what I'm saying, giving them full spirituals and hymnals? I don't know.
I don't know.
But how this man is running for office, and then the wife, the only thing she running on is name recognition. But let me tell you here, lady, all right, you ain't Thomason Jeff Johnson, all right?
Name you know.
Jeff Johnson. I'm not going to show you Jeff Johnson shaking hands.
Jeff Johnson.
I'm not going to show you Jeff Johnson kissing babies. I'm not showing you Jeff Johnson doing anything because you already know what Jeff Johnson can do.
Jeff Johnson. The name you know.
Jeff Johnson. She thinks she like, I got the last name. I'm a win this. We got I'm a woman, so I'm a make it. And I got the girl power behind me, and I'm a do well.
If she lose to him,
if she lose to this dude,
how embarrassing.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out how you can be in jail right now and you get to run for office. Louisiana, what are you doing?
No, I don't think he's. Wait a minute, is he?
Didn't they say he's still in jail?
No, hold on.
They say he's still in corrections or something right now. Like, keep reading.
Because leading the High Court to vacate Victor's conviction in May 2020. Mm-hmm. Because of a web of connections and recusals in St. John the Baptist Parish, the state attorney general stepped in to handle Victor's prosecution in 2014 and has picked up the case again in 2020. Assistant Attorney General Grant Wills argued in July that Victor should continue to be held without bail because he failed to appear for his first trial in 2011, although he was acquitted on failure to appear charge. Well, now, if he was acquitted, you can't be like, well, keep him anyway.
But peep this, though. But there is still confusion about where Victor should be held pending a new trial. St. John the Baptist Parish Sheriff Mike Tregray told WWL-TV, quote, he's still in the custody of the Department of Corrections. But Department of Corrections spokesman Ken Pastorick said Victor was released back to St. John's custody last year after the conviction was vacated. So they don't even know where this man at. Do you know where he is? I don't know where he is.
What kind of
is he in jail? Is he not?
What kind of Mayberry justice is going on here?
Is running St. John the Baptist Parish.
It surely ain't Jesus.
It surely ain't Jesus. Man,
it
look.
ain't St. John.
It ain't St. John either. Man, look. Then Tregray said Victor is being held at Catahoula Correctional Center in Harrisburg because St. John's Jail is a medium security facility, and Tregray said Victor must be held at high security. So, all right. So let me peep this. So you killed your son, right? And you killed him so bad and ran away and fled and all this mess. Talk about, I'm gonna represent myself. They be like, all right, guys, Monday morning, 9:00, you gonna be here? Yep, we gonna be here. We gonna be right here. Then Monday morning come, you like, where they at? You find out they in Georgia. So finally get them back, arrest them, right? You got him arrested. But then they vacate the joint. He's still in jail because you know he wrong and you know he killed his son, but you gonna let him run for office? My dude.
Look.
I'm not saying I have the answers. I'm just saying one of the answers is to not let him run for office.
Okay, so listen to this.
Dude.
From a practical standpoint, being in a jail cell is a serious impediment to him campaigning, but it's not an impediment legally to him. It's jumping around, sorry. But
qualifying for the race.
But it's not an impediment legally to him qualifying for the race. Yeah.
Look, peep this. All he got to do is run one of those like Free the Locks campaigns. Remember when it was like Free the Locks? All I got to do is be like Free Victor. And then Free Victor and vote, free and vote Victor. That's all you got to do, free and vote.
Look, this is a hot mess.
I don't know what else to tell y'all.
This sounds like something a white man would do. I'm shocked and appalled.
Yeah, this is something that black people don't get away with. I don't know. St. John's Parish is, y'all on some other stuff. I don't know how y'all got this to roll through. Look, it's kind of like Ja Rule being the black dude in the scam that actually didn't go to jail. It's kind of like that. That's crazy. Man, look, y'all better get y'all detective together. All right, start detecting and do some real sleuth work.
Not sleuth.
You know what I'm saying? Because this dude should be in jail. Well, actually, he is in jail. But y'all should be able to let it. All right, look. Rule number 1, if you in jail, you can't run for office. You have to at least not be in jail. I'm not saying you can't be a felon or misdemeanoring or whatever. All I'm saying is you can't your current address can't be jail and you also run for office. You just can't do that.
I think
that should be accepted.
But I think this is the case. He's like in the middle of doing like an actual retrial, I think. So like technically.
But he being held without bail. You still held. What's your address? 555 Jail Road. All right. So if that's where your ass is at.
High security wake.
High security. He said he had to be in a high security facility. So if you're someone that got to be in a high security facility, why would we let you run for office? Who is in charge in Louisiana?
Who's going to vote for you?
Is it Louisiana? Is it still that Bobby Jindal dude? Is he still in charge?
No.
Who is in charge of Louisiana? Someone in Louisiana, let me know. All right? Just let me know. Just tell me who's in charge, because I'm trying to figure this one out. This seems like a slam dunk to me.
He's running for the cell block district.
Cell block. Giving out them little Bibles and everything. You're going to get a whole bunch of votes. Man, look.
All right. So,
we'll see. This
is just a night of weird news, y'all. Okay, so should we go to the young lady who had her own unique way of celebrating Martin King Day?
Yes, please.
So,
yes, please.
I don't know if you have more information than I do. I don't have that, but there was a young lady. I don't know if you have her name.
I'll see if I can look up her name, because I forgot to look up her name.
But there is a young lady who thought it appropriate to celebrate Martin Luther King Day by going to Washington, D.C. Before all of the what do you call it, the monuments and everything.
Yeah, in front of all the monuments.
Where there are all kinds of families, even though you shouldn't have been out there. It's COVID time, y'all. But amongst all these families, young people, children, and bend her black behind over and twerk while I Have a Dream is being remixed.
Like remixed.
In the background, people.
Now peep this though. Not only did she make this video, but this video was posted to the official Black Lives Matter account. Now, I've said publicly, I'm not going to tear down BLM because that's not the route I want to go. Because BLM, the statement BLM, the energy of BLM, for me, it can exist separate from whoever's running that account. But of course, when you get up and you start talking against BLM, they conflate the two, and it makes it seem like you don't care about police violence. But I'll say this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you to the Fixer 007. He said that was made in 2019. Okay, cool. All right.
All right, what?
Thank you. So no COVID, but the rest of it applies.
All right, cool. So thank you, the Fixer. All right, so 2019, I don't care if it was made in 2001, 2, 3, 4, whenever. Them posting this and then doubling down, trying to make it seem like it was deep. Because then, peep this. It comes out, people like, yo, what? What are you doing? This is not how you honor our legends. This is not how you honor people that have, died trying to get a semblance of racial justice and equity in this country. Trying. He ain't get it. He tried.
And then she gonna try to have this stupid
pseudo-intellectual statement
about black women's bodies.
Man.
I'm like,
and then she threw it on black men real quick. Black men get angry. Whoa, where we come from? This was you and your behind bent over.
What does this have to do with people being, quote, threatened by black women's bodies?
Ain't nobody, look.
What are you talking about?
She tried to front like this was some pseudo-intellectual, deep way to free yourself through dance. And if the only way you can see a black woman's body, is sexually in shame, then you wrong. It's like, no.
So what you gonna do is do something that is sexual. And then
be mad that I say it's sexual. How that work?
Look, black woman, this is what you not gonna do, because we ain't as hopeful. I'ma speak.
Stop hanging out with them white feminists.
I'ma speak. Thank you.
Stop it.
I'ma speak for the black women who got some sense. We ain't co-signing on this.
Nope.
Okay? Don't you be doing no broad statements about black women and our bodies.
And there's few black men in the joint. Like, we won't even round you.
We ain't doing this foolishness. You on your own with this.
Asking for you.
You are on your own, like you were out there on your own.
On my own.
And you should be ashamed of yourself out there doing this in front of families and children.
Look, man, it's stupid from top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
And then trying to intellectualize it.
And had on American flag shorts. Can we add that?
Man, just corny. This corny, stupid, and then trying to like intellectualize it. Come on, man. Shouts to Jenna James said, Huey Freeman don't claim you, girl. Right. And people bringing up the Boondocks episode when Martin Luther King woke up. Yo, that episode is classic. And man.
But I have to say this, and I may catch flack for it. I don't care. But a lot of women, when they know they don't have anything intelligent to say, oh, well, let me just flash something. Let me flash booty. Let me flash this. Let me flash that. That'll get me attention. I think this is an example of that. You don't have anything intelligent to add to the conversation.
You could have just shut up.
You could have, but no.
Could have just shut up. You could have just let Martin Luther King Day come and just be like, cool, man, the brother did some good stuff. And just lived your life.
That don't get you attention. Shutting up.
People want to be seen so bad.
Yeah, and Thomas D said white feminists ain't out here twerking. They're not out here twerking. Nope. But when we talk about white feminists, they will do things that are extreme, or say things that are extreme or have nothing to do with the cause. Not a thing. Mm-mm. And use feminism to back up their foolishness.
White feminists will beat up their husbands and put them in situations where they have to hide in bathrooms, and then go to a march and give a keynote speech like they a survivor.
That sounds very specific, Michael. Are you talking about anyone in particular?
Like Amber Heard? They're gonna go and get on CBS The Stand like she ain't never did nothing wrong.
That man lost a finger. Did she lose any parts of her body?
Yeah, lost a finger, and she up in here. What, you boy? Look, y'all better stop it. Like
Thomas D said, "Oh yeah, like look at my nipples. Do they offend you?"
Jenna James said, "Even the girls at Magic City shaking their head at that girl." I was like, "Come on, man. Come on now."
I mean, at least the girls at Magic City was telling us to vote.
Yeah, man, look. It was like, take your booty to the pole.
Take your booty to the pole. Take your booty to the pole.
I was like, even though that ad upsets me, at least they didn't try to act like it was more than it was. Yeah. They were like, look, we know what gets your attention. Okay, now go vote. They weren't trying to be like the black woman's bodies and y'all respond to the shame. And y'all, they didn't try to do all that.
Like,
They was just like, look, we strippers. We know you gonna look. So while you look, vote.
We're going to shake our butt because we know that'll get your attention. And as soon as we got your attention, we're going to start talking about voting. It is what it is. That's pretty much what they did.
Thomas D said the polls at the poll.
Look, take your booty to the poll, drop your vote down low.
Man, look, when she tried to when she tried to bust off at black men, I was like, hold up, what? She started talking about like black men's anger at black women or something. I was like, nah. And then she said something about patriarchy. I was like, look, white feminism. I know they done got to you. They done souped you up, got you gas.
What do me and Madam Butterfly talk about all the time? A place of brokenness. When women do stupid stuff like this, make all these bad, horrible decisions, trying to get attention, trying to put it off on somebody else, it's coming from a place of brokenness. So you telling on yourself. You talking about black men are angry, black men is hurt. You have an issue with the black men you have dealt with. Don't put that on us.
Yeah,
you need to deal with your own issues. You don't see me going nowhere, turning my butt up, twerking, talking about this for
Talking about this for Martin Luther King. That's for you, boo. That's for you. and don't get mad at me when I be like, hey, yo, why you twerking for MLK? You shouldn't be doing that. Like, don't get mad at me because I said something you shouldn't be doing. People can't get checked no more. Like if somebody, like if you saw me out there in a G-string with the little thing pumping everywhere, y'all be like, yo, NERDSoul, why you pumping? Why you doing pumps and bumps for MLK? And I'd be like, you know what? Maybe I jumped out the window. My bad. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Look, I thought I was doing good.
Be like,
but I see the error of my ways.
Where is Lady Lisa? I thought he was going to the store to get some milk. I know.
I ain't know he was going to be butt naked out there in D.C. Man. Look, Thomas D said, I'd be like, yo, bro, you wilding right now. Be like, look, man, sorry. I see the error. I wouldn't try to double down in a statement and be like, see, the black man's essence in the streets makes all of y'all feel shame. Y'all need to free yourselves.
I need you to get your essence in the house. You and your essence. Sit down.
Oh, man. And Jenna James said, people say skin folk ain't kinfolk, but don't realize there are skin agents around. Yo, man, look, they be out there. But look, just look, don't let nobody try to act deep on you on this. It's not deep. All right, you wanted to be seen, shook your butt, then. Like, don't try to be
mental. Deep. I don't know.
Thomas D said, NERDSoul out here looking like sexual chocolate from WWF. Yo, man, look, I be working it too. But I ain't gonna be like, yo, shame of a black man's body is the reason, and black women is the anger. And no, you wanted to shake your butt. And you did it. Don't try to blame nobody.
Like, ain't nobody can tell you.
Like you freeing somebody. Who was freed from your butt shaking?
She freed them cheeks. That's about it.
Anyway, what we got next? What?
Okay.
What we got?
We just have some crazy stuff today. That's all. We just have some crazy stuff. Okay. So, Breonna Taylor grand jurors file a petition to impeach Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yes. Break this down for them, and I'll put the link in the chat, guys.
Okay, so Louisville, Kentucky. 3 grand jurors in the Breonna Taylor case filed a petition with the State House of Representatives Friday, objecting to the conduct of Attorney General Daniel Cameron and calling for his impeachment. A press release indicated the attorney for 3 of the grand jurors in the Taylor case signed onto the petition on their behalf in order to protect their identities. The petition alleges Cameron breached public trust and failed to comply with his duties by misrepresenting the findings of the grand jury in the Taylor case. The grand jurors did not choose this battle, stated Kevin Glogauer, the attorney for the 3 grand jurors. This battle chose them. These are randomly selected citizens who were compelled to sit on a grand jury and were terribly misused by the most powerful law enforcement official in Kentucky. It is truly a testament to the Kentucky Constitution that they are able to be here today and to expose injustice and demand public accountability. I am honored and humbled to serve them. Spokespersons for Cameron did not immediately reply to a request for comment on the petition.
Of course they didn't.
Glogauer told the Courier-Journal, part of the USA Today network, he wasn't sure a supermajority of Republican legislatures in Frankfurt would give the case the deference it deserves. But to continue to talk about the case, review how it was handled, and hold people accountable is important. Cameron was special prosecutor in the Taylor case, investigating her fatal shooting by Louisville police officers entering her house on a search warrant in March. The grand jury indicted one of the 3 officers involved for firing bullets into the apartment of Taylor's neighbor.
What was it, like wanton destruction or something? I don't know, whatever it was.
In the petition and verified affidavit submitted to the House, the petitioners state that at his September 23rd press conference announcing the grand jury decision, Cameron said his office presented all of the information and walked the grand jury through every homicide offense before the grand jury came to its conclusion.
And that was a lie.
But according to those grand jurors, neither Cameron nor anyone from his office mentioned any.
The lie detector discovered. That was a lie.
Mentioned any homicide offense to the grand jury. Not only were no homicide offenses presented as alleged, no charges of any kind were presented to the grand jury other than the 3 wanton endangerment charges against Detective Hankinson. The petition goes on to allege that Cameron deceived the American people and the citizens of this Commonwealth with regard to his office's handling and involvement in the Breonna Taylor investigation and the resulting legal actions. Attorney General Cameron misled the public during his hour-long national press conference
misled like a mother.
In stating that his office's investigation found, and the grand jury agreed, that police were justified in the return of deadly fire after having been fired upon. The petition asked for the House to remove Cameron from office and disqualify him from holding any office of honor, trust, or profit within Kentucky because he lied to the grand jury by excluding information and charges available to them, then lied to the public about what he had told the grand jury. He lied about lying.
Man, look.
In addition to the 3 grand jurors, several other Kentuckians signed onto the petition, including Jennifer Smith, Cameron French, and Brett Darling, according to attorney Anna Whites.
Yo.
And there's a whole lot more
way back when I told y'all they gonna dump this on him like he did it. Remember when because Daniel Cameron watches the show. Remember when I looked into the camera, I said, Daniel, look, you better do right because they're going to make you the scapegoat. Y'all can look back. I said this way back.
But in all fairness, he is, in this case, he is the scapegoat because he had the power to do the right thing. There was no one else that, that he had to answer to in terms of this.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, we're getting an impeachment of Daniel Cameron, but we're not getting a retrial or nothing of none of the police. What they will do is throw this all on you, and they will sweep them police right away. And nothing will happen. And I told you, you got to hold it down for the people, especially if they your people. But you ain't listen. You ain't want to listen to nobody.
But we don't know. Because, see, I'm sure the powers that be are like, we have to see if this goes through with him. Because the only way we're going to honestly get a retrial is if we can point to this and say, hey, he was found guilty of X, Y, and Z. Therefore, we need to have a retrial. Because otherwise, how would they justify asking for a retrial? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So maybe this is like steps.
I hope so.
They got their step. Got to get their steps.
I hope so because this step has to be completed first, successfully.
Right. Yeah. Here's the thing, man. He gonna be done. I know he probably pooping bricks right now, but you made your bed. Now you got to lay in it. See, you could have been with the people. Could have been down with the people. Could have been down with us, doing what you're supposed to do. It says that your office is supposed to represent the people. You didn't represent the people. You represented the police. And you lied for the police. And you thought because it was a grand jury that it would be buried and it would be quiet and nobody would say nothing again. But you screwed up because it had boiled over. And people say, you know what? I don't care if I get in trouble. I don't care about if I get fined or whatever. I'm going to speak truth to power. And that's why you're in trouble. And I hope that you get impeached and they throw the book at you. Because all of these clown people that look like us, that's selling us out, need to get them consequences. Just being for real, I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. I'm done. You had your chance. You knew you was wrong. So I ain't gonna drop no tears for Daniel Cameron. Tried to tell you, you ain't want to listen. What? Hey, you on your own, bruh. See how that white supremacy work out for you now. Who gonna come save you?
Why did it end this way?
Why did it end this way? Shouts to ZSB Lou. Nice to see you up in the spot. Oh man. Oh man. So shouts to ZSB Lou says, I'm all for black equality and black rights, but my question to you is, what has BLM ever done for the black community? I'm talking about jobs, schools, hospitals, family support, community reform, etc. I've never seen one instance of BLM donating to a school, for example. It just seems like a left-wing political tool at this point. For the main website, the main accounts, I would say you might have a leg to stand on. No, I'd probably say you do have a leg to stand on. But for the local grassroots organizations under BLM, like BLM LA, they've already came out and said, like, we're not connected to, you know, the main check account or whatever, which is weird. But so they've already come out and said, and I think the people in Georgia said that too. Like the people in Atlanta or whatever, they're like we're Black Lives Matter, we're a Black Lives Matter chapter, but we're not part of them.
Yeah, my thing is you can't be a chapter of an organization and then be like, but we separating ourselves from the main organization. If you feel that there is corruption or whatever reason that you don't want to be a part, then you need to separate and make your own organization.
Yeah,
I don't. My thing is, you don't get to do that because then. You know, what
it muddies the water.
Right. And when someone comes to you and asks you a general question about BLM, you don't get to say, oh, well, we don't know about what they doing, but what we doing. No. You know, that's like, to me, that's like a parent trying to dismiss what their child, you know, their child's behavior.
True.
You can't, no, it's yours.
Yeah, this your kid.
It's your kid.
So it's like, on one hand, I see what you're talking about because there's enough evidence to show that BLM is like a left-wing shell game. You know what I'm saying? But then you see the local chapters actually doing their thing, doing blood drives, doing food drives, stuff like that. So it's still a toss-up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here. Of course, I'm not going to jump on them because, like I said, when you jump on BLM as a black person, it gets twisted and conflated into this black person is completely okay with police violence. Mm-hmm. And that's not the road I want to go down. But I do know that stuff like that silly stuff that was posted on the blue check account, some silliness. Now, do I think that there should be a lot of energy and action from the local chapters to get this mess taken down? Yeah, but who got the power? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the answers for that, but I see where you're coming from. Let's see. And Jenna James said, yeah, that's no different from the Proud Boys people not claiming one or the other. And Sandra Thomas said, good morning.
Good morning.
What up? What time is it there? Is it like, what, y'all got 8 hours on us? Or what is it? What is it, like 7 a.m.? Something like that? It must be early for you. So what we got next? Well,
okay.
Inauguration time?
No, I want to get to that last.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so police seized firearms from black men at Virginia rally for gun rights. All right.
Shouts to my folks in VA. Yeah. 2 up, 2 down. You know, hold your head.
And this is in Richmond, so this is our area.
This is our home.
Okay. So police stopped a car of black men and confiscated 2 of their guns at Virginia's annual Lobby Day on Monday, while white gun rights activists defied local laws unimpeded in the state capital of Richmond. In a day with racial tensions on display, black protesters denounced what they called a double standard in a state where people are free to openly carry firearms.
Yep.
Virginians converge on the Capitol each lobby day to petition state legislators on issues of public interest, but the day has been dominated by gun rights activists in recent years. It coincides with Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which honors a slain civil rights hero. Reuters witnessed the police stop of the African Americans, which stood in contrast to dozens of white pro-gun activists on foot and in hundreds of trucks that drove through Richmond streets flying "Gun Save Lives" flags without police interceding. They were stopped 1 block from Richmond's memorial to Confederate General Robert E. Lee less than an hour after a white anti-government Boogaloo leader boasted on a megaphone that his group was violating gun and ammunition laws. So he yelling, "Hey, we violating laws over here.
We breaking laws and we do what we want."
You know, only thing he didn't do was pop in the air. Okay. One of the black men to have handguns confiscated unleashed an expletive-laden complaint, calling it a double standard and an example of why many African Americans resent the police. Everybody in the city is carrying today, and you're only pulling us over, yelled a black woman who was looking on with a group of enraged bystanders. She said, shout out to Martin Luther King Day. Richmond police did not immediately respond, of course, to a Reuters
because they got caught out there
about the incident and about the protesters' allegation of discrimination. On Twitter, police said they had issued a summons to one man at that scene for possessing a concealed firearm without a permit. How would you know unless you approached him?
Yeah, how do you know?
And had confiscated the gun. You had to have approached him. But anyway, this year's lobby day took place in a highly polarized climate, coming shortly after supporters of President Donald Trump seized the Capitol, blah, blah, blah. Authorities, it has nothing to do with it. Authorities were on high alert in Richmond, about 110 miles south of Washington, D.C., where Democratic President-elect Joe Biden will be sworn in, blah, blah, blah.
Man, the blah, blah, blahs, though.
Because it's like, I don't want to get into the stuff that has nothing to do with this.
I mean, basically, it's the same 2A rights double standard we saw with Philando Castile.
Exactly.
It's like, sir, I want you to know that I have a gun in the car, and then immediately shots ring out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whoa, hold up. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we ain't see the NRA standing up for nobody. That was a perfect opportunity for the NRA to stand up.
If it wasn't a race issue, but y'all proved, once again, by your inaction, that it's a race issue.
That's why it's like, look, the NAAGA is probably the only best place for you to go. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, the out and extremely polarized wrongness, because now you're messing with people's 2A rights, which you get in a very weird place when you start violating those 2A rights.
But
those
the thing
2A rights are a huge deal.
Yeah, but my thing is, of course, as always, they set it up in a way where violating the rights of a black person, doesn't interfere with violating the rights of a white person, because they're going to always handle it differently. So they don't even see that impeding upon our Second Amendment rights as a threat to Second Amendment rights.
Yeah, and notice we don't see these same BS slippery slope arguments with the 2A rights of black people from white people. What do we get them for? Oh, well, if Twitter can block Trump, then ain't nobody going to be on the internet no more. But when you see the guns literally taken from people that have the right to have them, are lawfully and legally carrying them, where are those arguments at now?
Because
that's how you know white people be full of
because they know it doesn't affect them. They already know out the gate. They're like, oh, they did it because they black. We don't want no black people having these.
Yeah, we don't want black people to have guns.
We don't want to walk out of the house and see somebody with the same stuff we got.
Yo, look, I'm a proponent for your 2A rights. I ain't got no love for the NRA though, but you know what I'm saying, NAAGA, what's up with y'all? You know what I'm saying, y'all cool, but look, ain't nothing. You have the right to have protection. I know there are certain states that are trying to make it as hard as possible to actually, express and utilize that right. But you might want to utilize that right because these people that's pulling up on Ahmaud Arbery, you know what I'm saying? These people that were hanging black folks last year that we still don't know who is doing it. These people that's rolling up to the Capitol, dragging people around. All I'm saying is they ain't disappear.
Nope.
They didn't drop dead.
Nope.
So all I say is protect yourself as best you can. And Jenna James lives in Texas, man. You can have everything. Jenna James can have like a rocket launcher in her
go
house.
outside and put some shots in the air.
Yeah, she's like,
right now.
Pow-pow. And like, there ain't nothing going to happen to her. like California be like, you can have it, but, and there's like this long list.
California be like, you better get a slingshot and sit down.
California be like, you can have pepper spray. Because, all right, California be like, you can have pepper spray. You can have a taser gun. No, you can't have a baton. Can't have that. You can't have a magazine more than 10 rounds. You can't have, like, you can pretty much forget anything that's assault rifle or even bullpup assault rifle. Shotguns, yes, you can have a shotgun. But pretty much any assault rifle, you might as well just throw that out the window. And now I know somebody's going to be like, I'm in California, I haven't. Yes, you can have an assault rifle of some sort. But they work very hard to make sure that you cannot have it. You know, they work their buns off to make sure that you can't have it. So yeah, just another shot of double standards and 2A rights. Look, just keep voting, keep looking out, keep speaking. Just be careful because folks, there's certain folks that are like really hardcore about 2A rights that ain't the people you want to be down with. Because a lot of those 2A rights folks were the same folks that was down at the Capitol climbing up the wall. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, we do need to make sure there are folks there that aren't trying to like strip away them rights. That's all I'm saying. But last but not least, we can get into the last but not least, we can get into the one and only Inauguration 2021. Lady Lisa, could you please break down what you want to talk about first with the inauguration?
Okay. Let's just go ahead and get this out the way. J-Lo.
J-Lo should not have been singing anywhere near the inauguration.
I disagree.
J-Lo shouldn't be singing at all.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I'm going to tell you why.
You disagree.
I'm going to tell you why.
Right.
She clearly, like I said when we were watching it, she clearly has had some training. She clearly has had someone helping her with her vocal skills.
Okay.
And she actually sounded pretty good. I was not mad at it. Now, I mean, that's just how I feel about it.
Here's how I feel about it.
She clearly had some training and she sounded nice. I mean,
I could spit out like 5 black women that could have sung that. And guess why they should have sung it? Because the same party that won the election was so busy kissing black women's behinds all November. Oh, black women saved us. Oh, black women did it. Oh, black women saved the community. Oh, black women gave us the White House. And then Stacey Abrams, a black woman saved democracy. Black. Women. Where was they at? Where they at? I'm not talking about Michelle Obama. I ain't counting her. I'm not talking about someone who has already lived in the White House. I'm talking about black women. Where they at? I can name. You know what? Let's name 5 women that could have done a better job.
They could have had Jennifer Hudson. She would have blew.
Jennifer Hudson.
Man, she would have blew that out.
Jill Scott. I mean, screw it. Beyonce. Might as well. I mean,
because she can sing. She
can sing. Give Chrisette Michelle a call.
I mean, allow her to redeem herself, please.
Fantasia. That's 5 people that can sing better than Jennifer Lopez, and they black. You said you love black women so much. Where they at? Where the representation? Why are the black women? If you looked at the news the week that they announced the winnings of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, you would have thought black women were the only people that voted at all. All right? Now, fast forward 2 months, where they at? What we got now? Oh, yeah, that's some rain. That's rain. That's good old rain.
Oh.
Lisa looking around like she don't know what rain sound like.
I mean, look where we are.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look, Jenna James said Keisha Cole or Ashanti.
Ashanti, Keisha
Ashanti,
Cole, no ma'am.
yes. Keisha Cole, nah.
No ma'am.
We don't need, look, I don't need.
Fergie?
Yo, Fergie. Why was Fergie trying to make love to the flag on the joint?
She gonna try to make love to the United States.
Jenna James said Jasmine Sullivan. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So it's tons of people. But once again, where they at? So continue further. When they did get a black woman up there.
So, okay.
I'm gonna let you talk on this one.
So is this sister talented? Absolutely.
Yes. She's a poet laureate. National winner.
Yeah. So she's great. She's talented. And all of that.
Yeah.
This is my issue. I'm tired of people in general, but also specifically black folks, getting up and talking about unity, coming together, healing, all of these buzzwords, because we have not, I said it earlier when we were talking about something else, we've not gotten there. You have to first actually identify and confront and admit to the wrongs that you have done and that have been done to certain people before we can get to any type of healing or coming together or any type of kumbaya activity. We've not gotten there. So I'm sick and tired of us standing up talking about unity, coming together, healing, all of this stuff. You can miss me with all of that. You can miss me with that. If somebody come and bust you upside your head and then they immediately turn around and say, well, let's just come together.
How are we going to come together?
You're going to be like, my foot about to come together with your face.
And I know this is a young sister. I'm not trying to tear the girl down. All I'm saying is I'm tired. I'm so tired of every time we get someone up to speak, and they're like, this is a great speaker, the top speaker, poet of the land, or something like that. and then the first thing I hear out their mouths is like, we need to work together and join hands. And I'm like, who? Nah, bruh, the time's over. Did we not try singing? Did we not try holding hands? We tried begging, bowing,
marching,
scraping. Oh, please. Just please. Respect me, please. Treat me as a human being, please. And now what, 40 to 50 years after all that?
Look.
Still getting killed in the street with people trying to make up excuses for why we should have been killed. I'm not trying to hear your poem. The second she got to that, it was like her second sentence. I was like, nah, I know she been about to do this.
Be the light. What you mean?
What do you mean, be the light? We be the light. We ain't got a problem being the light. It's the darkness that y'all keep acting like don't exist.
And why is the onus on us? We are the only group who are victimized and still are expected to stand up and be the, quote, bigger person and lead in healing. Where do you do that at?
And it's like you never, like when you look at something like Star Wars, you never saw nobody gaslighting Luke about Vader. Like, oh, well, the Empire, we just got to join hands with them. we just got to change their minds and hearts. Nah, man, there was like, look, there's a Death Star, we got to blow it up. You ain't seen nobody in there trying to gaslight no. Oh, it's not as bad as you think. You know what I'm saying? It ain't too bad. Like, come on, man.
So,
and Jenna James says, yeah, it ain't her fault. She's just tainted by her parents' thoughts or older peers around her. And, man.
But my thing is this. You grown, because she is grown now.
Yeah, she is
grown.
She's a young sister, but she's not a child.
So my thing is, if you're going to be bold enough to go into all of these arenas and you know, and use your voice and use this platform, I'm sorry, you can no longer hide behind what your mama and daddy taught you, because you are standing on your own principles now because you're using your voice.
And I find it suspect that a black woman and see, we need to check. Was that girl, that lady, was she FBA? Was she Foundational Black American? I'm just saying, that might be a thing. We need to check.
Oh.
Was she African American, or was she a black woman from somewhere else? We do need to check that. But my thing is this: how could you live through last year and come with this softball butt poem about some unity and a brighter day and working together and joining hands? Nah, bruh. Look, Democrats, y'all talked all this mess. Where the work at? Because we gonna get into the work in a second. We gonna get into them what you say, those executive orders in a second. So I'm like, look, you talked all this mess. Where you at? You know what we want. I ain't trying to hear nothing about no coronavirus. Coronavirus going to be going on for the next 2 to 3 years, no matter who in charge, because y'all can't get y'all together. So what we've been asking for all last year, the reason you were elected, was racial justice, police violence. What you going to do? What you going to do? That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, that ain't nobody here. Did you hear anything about that? I ain't hear nothing.
Biden has talked about what he's going to do in his first 100 days. I ain't heard the word black in none of that once.
Man, look.
African American, people of color. I haven't heard any of that in any of his plan for his first 100 days.
Oh,
and you can miss me, anybody who's like, well, it's more than 100 days. No. Just,
nah, bruh. Nah. And
my thing is, what is the point of celebrating and being all excited about black people being in a position of power if they're not going to use that position of power to help black people? What we dancing in the...
And that's the game, y'all.
Sorry, y'all.
That's the game.
What are we dancing in the streets for? What are we crying and jumping up and down for? If they're not going to use their position to help black people, what's the big deal about them having the position? Somebody please answer that for
Kid at Heart, shout out to Kid at Heart, talk about We Live. He said, I still haven't heard about when them checks coming. Oh, man. That's why when they was talking about them checks and you saw JB and your girl Kamala, they was mad quiet. I was like, yeah, because they ain't gonna give you no money neither. So this is why they were so quiet. So peep this. Here's the executive orders from day one. Executive order number 1, require mask on federal property. Black people ain't getting nothing. All right, continue. Executive order number 2, rejoin the World Health Organization. No black stuff there. All right, number 3, set up a COVID office that reports directly to Biden. None black people there.
Now, in all fairness, though, those are all good things. Those are
not the things that have been. Those are not hot issue things. They're not even things that you really need an executive order for.
Evidently. Evidently.
The country was on fire last year, and nobody was talking. Nobody was in the street holding up a sign about the World Health Organization. Won't nobody turning over cars. Won't nobody setting things on fire. Won't nobody yelling and marching for the World Health Organization.
I understand what you're saying, but we can have the argument that he hasn't included us without saying that him doing something about COVID is a bad thing. No, those are things that need to be done.
I'm not saying it's bad.
But in addition to that, he needs to do stuff for us.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it ain't nothing for us.
Okay.
They said we were the reason they won. I'm just going by their logic. If you were the reason that I was able to do something, I would congratulate you, and I would do something substantial, something that you could touch, taste, or see.
I agree with you on that. I'm just saying, don't knock what he's doing in terms of COVID, because that needs to be done in addition to what we're talking about.
It ain't gonna work, because those Trump people still out there, and they ain't gonna wear no mask.
But he got it. What did he get? Just don't try.
Let's continue. Executive Order number 4. Extend foreclosure and eviction moratoriums. Now, some black people get in that, but that ain't got nothing to do with racial violence, racial justice, or police violence. But some black people do get a little piece in there. That's another thing. We're going to make stuff where it's like some black people might be able to get something. But all right, cool. Free student debt collection. Now, black people do get a piece of that, but that's not about black people. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it's not about black people. Then rejoin the Paris Climate Accords. Cool, that's dope. You know, climate change, gotta fix it. Number 7, revoke the permit for Keystone XL pipeline. Cool, that stuff's been going on for a while. Ain't got nothing to do with us, but cool. All right, no doubt. There's not even anything specific for black women in this. And they've been kissing y'all's butt hard all November and a piece of December, and then on Stacey Abrams.
But in all honesty, there's nothing specific that black women need that
black people,
black people don't.
But what I'm saying is nothing on all parts. Now then, nix the 1776 Commission, and basically, you know, that's some Trump mess that he's just reversing. So not really about. I mean, it's sort of about black people, but it's not. We ain't getting nothing. Unwind Trump's changes to the census. That doesn't help. But I mean, I guess you could say it helps black people, but it's really about counting undocumented people, and it doesn't really help. It's not really helping black people. So, Executive Order number 10, strengthen legal protections for dreamers. Cool, huh? Now we got somewhere where a specific demographic got something. Oh, the dreamers. The dreamers got something. Cool, great for the dreamers. Was all last year about the dreamers issues? Were people in the street about dreamers, or was there something that was super hot in the streets that everybody was talking about that didn't have nothing to do with dreamers? But dreamers got something. Cool, great. All right, let's move on. Number 11, abolish Muslim ban. Cool. So you got pretty much, it's about Middle Easterners, but it's their faith. So cool, they got something? Great, let's move on. Number 12, cancel the Trump administration's interior enforcement rule. Hey, no doubt, you know what I'm saying? I guess we can roll with that. I guess we can, you know, we can chill on that. We can take that. Cool. Number 13, halt construction of the U.S.-Mexico border wall. That wall won't go and get made no way, so it's not really a big deal. I mean, the production was halted on its own. Like, it didn't need... You know, it didn't need to be halted. It was already halted. But anyway, number 14, extend deportation protections for Liberians. Cool. Liberia, what up? Liberian girl, love the song. Once again, ain't got nothing to do with black people. Continue. All right, so LGBT rights. Ban workplace discrimination against LGBT employees. I already thought that was there inside of your regular discrimination. He didn't have to do that. It was already banned. You already can't discriminate. But I mean, hey, look, let's say it won't in there. Cool. So they got something. So now dreamers get something, which are essentially immigrants in most cases, Mexican or South American immigrants. They got something. Muslims, or basically Middle Easterns, got something. People straight from Liberia got something. And LGBT, which is most likely going to be white gay people, got something. Cool. Number 16, implement an ethics pledge for all executive branch officials. It's kind of like a do nothing. It's like do nothing. All y'all going to be dirty and be lying about something. So this ethics
pledge. Don't y'all all take some sort of pledge?
Yeah, you don't need an ethics pledge when you already pledged to do right.
Right. You take some sort of oath or pledge when you take office that speaks to your ethics. So why you need to take two? Yeah,
and then number 17, freeze Trump's midnight regulations. So in this, we have found that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have found a way to single out certain demographics that were not credited with winning the election, not credited with any of this. Somehow, maybe they forgot the invitation. Maybe they missed it.
Yeah.
It's bull.
And Jenna James.
Poop.
Jenna James says this is what Cube was trying to fight for, and black women, specifically them females on Fox Soul, attacked them for.
Man,
look, I don't know if you listened to it. You probably did.
Carrots and Cartinas or whatever.
Me and Madam Butterfly talked about this on one of our shows on Black Together Walking Their Shoes. Look, them black women on Fox Soul, I'm gonna need y'all to sit all the way, and your colorful weaves. I need y'all to sit all the way down and shut up. When we say black folks, we mean all black folks. We mean women, we mean men, we mean transgender, we mean gay. If you are black,
if you black, you included.
Talking about you.
Why are you trying to separate yourself? Why are you trying to dice up blackness? Like Cube won't trying to do that. Why are you trying to dice up blackness? Why do you want to be exceptional among the group? Why are you trying to separate yourself from the group? I got to look at you sideways if you want to do that. Black lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Whoa. But you already black, right? So why are you trying to separate yourself from what? Why are you trying to you black, right? Is you black? Well, if you is or is you ain't. Because if you is, you ain't got to add trans to it. Why are you trying to elevate yourself above the group? Think you special? You think none of us should be included? Think you should be set apart? All I'm saying is, when you get them people that want to be set apart, gotta look at them sideways.
And when you say apart, you trying to be set above? Because I know you ain't trying to be set beneath.
Yep.
So if you don't want to be,
so you want to be taken first. You don't want to be with us.
Because if you don't want to be with us, that means there are only two other ways to go. That means above or below. And I'm trying to say above. Now, who's that? Thomas D. talking about I'm light skinned. You look. I'm going to start a new thing.
Thomas D said, I'm light skinned.
I'm going to start a new thing, Thomas D. You light black. How about that?
Oh, man.
So there ain't no question. You light black.
Man. Shouts to Jenna James. Jenna James said, it's always the black women and alphabet community and our black community causing this division.
Jenna James, you better tell it.
Jenna James said it. Jenna James said it.
You not going to LMNOP me to death.
Look, I don't care what you're doing in your house. I ain't gonna let you come into this movement and then try to divvy up blackness.
Right. We
ain't got time for that. Now, I will say, there are skinfolk that ain't your kinfolk. But if we all marching together, don't be trying to take your group and go a mile ahead and march with yourselves. Nah, bruh, we marching together. Same direction, together. It's you know what I'm saying? It's look, and then Kid at Heart says separation causes infighting, which causes division, and chaos starts when then nothing gets done. A grand plan.
Absolutely.
Thank you, because this is all about making sure that we're divided.
Absolutely.
Who wins if we're divided? Who wins? Joe Biden wins. His friends win, because his friends are Trump's friends. Didn't know that, did you? Oh, just dropped the truth bomb on you. Must be I didn't know that. Yeah, all of them hang out together. All of them been chilling together.
We found that out years ago in all these documentaries when they show when they're having these parties and get together. They want to act like they fighting with each other and they're so different and everything when they're in Washington. But then they go right home and have these parties and invite each other and they hee and ha-haing it up. Yeah.
Now it's time to talk to the certain special black people. The special black people that said, just vote. Mm-hmm. Just vote. People like Ava DuVernay that were like, I hear your issues and I don't care. You want to know why? Because she's rich and she's never going to have to live the same black life that you do. So, this is to them. Remember when you said, just give them a chance. Just wait till they get voted in. Then we can hold them accountable. How you doing with that one? How you doing? Have you heard anything about black people? Where are all these people that said they're going to hold them accountable after they get elected? Are they holding them accountable? Do you see these same people tweeting, saying, hey, we saw your executive orders. There ain't nothing in there for black people. Where you at, Joe? You don't see that coming for Ava DuVernay. You don't see that.
You got to give them time.
Now what you got to give them time. Just wait till the re-election. Just give us a chance. Just give me 6 months. I'm going to get to you. Oh, just give me like 8 more months. I'm going to get to you. Next thing you know, we had a re-election. And they talk about protect the change. I'm just saying. Going to get to a re-election. They're going to talk about, defend the change. Protect the change.
Y'all
while they do nothing for black people.
Y'all got to catch on to the okie doke. Come on. Like, for those of you that are just catch on to the okie doke. We already, they got us. Look, they got us. It's not a lot of black people that can say, honestly, that you weren't got with Obama.
Yeah.
We all
They got us with Obama.
Y'all got us.
Especially older black people that have been waiting, understandably so, waiting so long to see a moment like this. And didn't see how quick it came, and then was like, oh, this is Malcolm, Jesus, Luther King to elect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We had all made it to the mountaintop, and he was leading us.
We did it. Even I think I said it on this show. I might have said it on another podcast. I remember being at the barbershop, and Obama just had his inauguration like a day or two ago or whatever. Or it might have been like 4 or 5 days, because I think it was like a Saturday. Friday, Saturday, I'm at this barbershop. I'm like, yo, man, look, I know things are bad, but, look, Obama's in office, man. Things might get better. And an old black man looked at me, and he said, you about to see racism like you ain't never seen in your life. And I was like, nah, man, it ain't going to be that bad. I was wrong. I was wrong. Look, old black men are always right.
Never go
sometimes.
Against an old black man.
Always bet on black. like, man, it's like, look. Oh, yeah. Jenna James talking about blue check Twitter. Oh, God. Talking about all these black entertainers, blue check marks that were pushing us to vote. Us black folk not blinded by you fools up top going to remember when you begging us to come see your independent film or music record. Yo, true that. Because these be the same ones that want to tiptoe around blackness and activism. You know what I'm saying? Like you had... What was it? Was it Tamika Tamika Mallory. We thought she was down. Then that girl said something like arguably feminism is more important, or she said feminism is more important than racism or something like that. And I was
it's like gender discrimination.
Oh yeah, gender discrimination. She was like, arguably gender discrimination is more important than racism. I was like,
what?
She said that joined the TMZ. Y'all can look it up. I was just like, girl, don't make me do this to you too. Don't make me do this to you too. She hurt my feelings, honestly. When she did that, I was like, now you gotta go.
She hurt my feelings.
Now you gotta be out. Now you gone. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, but Kenneth Hart said, I didn't feel all that, but I was excited then. I'm like, this man ain't do much of nothing when it came to us. Man, he ain't do nothing. Then remember, he was like, nah, I need my second term. Y'all wait till I get my second term. I got you. Just vote again. We vote again. Obama did nothing. But then you got these silly fools like, ooh, look at Michelle Obama. Ooh, watch her slay. Really? That's what you... So when Michelle Obama come around, you ain't gonna be like, yo, why you let your man sit quietly while black people were getting shot in the streets? You ain't gonna ask her that? Or you gonna say, oh, she looks so good in that purple, girl. Who that hair is laid? You ain't gonna ask her why black men were laid in the ground by police and your husband did nothing? Why you sat there to be black royalty, which I saw on tweets? That what you gonna do? Silly mom. Silly. Talk about, oh, she looks so good. Look at the clothes. Oh, I care about the fashion so much. Really? Really? So this is what we gonna do? When that man went to Ferguson and drank that water, I was done with him forever. I was already heated with him, but that was the last straw for me. When he went to Ferguson and drank that water.
And then when he went to that police officer's funeral.
Oh, when he went to the Dallas officer's funeral, bruh, Obama's full of poop. So is his wife. And they've been pimping their blackness out to us because we feel good to see someone there. They don't got to do nothing. We just feel good seeing them there. Oh, doesn't it look good to see them there? Oh, they got nice clothes. Oh, look at the hair.
Yeah, that's the okie doke that they've caught us up in. Is that oh, they're satisfied with just a visual. All we need to do is give them a visual. If we can have somebody in office that don't do nothing, as long as they can see
as
someone
long as they get black
in
excellence,
a place of power, if they don't do anything with that power, doesn't matter. Because the visual is what matters.
Yep.
We need to have moved beyond that now. I understand it with Obama. Like I said, we all fell for it, and I understand it. But we have to catch on to the okie doke, and we don't have time for a learning curve. We don't.
Yeah,
have time
we
for
ain't
a
really got
curve.
time. We ain't got time for that, man. It's frustrating looking at this mess, and you like, so y'all gonna do the same thing with Kamala? Y'all ain't learned yet? Y'all ain't learned yet?
You're going to learn today.
So, look, I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Nothing. And then these same people going to come around to us again saying, nah, man, you still got to vote, though. Really? Do you? Think about this. Democrats complain so much about Mitch McConnell. He's not Senate Majority Leader no more. Now you ain't got no excuse, right? No excuse to say that he's the big bad boogeyman holding up legislation.
Because Mitch McConnell was a problem.
Yeah, he was. Now he ain't an obstacle no more. What's the news story? The news story is, oh well, we want to be bipartisan.
Why?
We want to be bipartisan.
Why?
We want to make sure. Oh, we got to make sure that there's unity on the right and the left. We've got to get a majority. Or we don't want to get rid of the filibuster. Oh no. We want to keep that as an option on the table because we should. No, because you like keeping your hands falsely tied, so that you don't really have to do any work.
Why would you want to go and walk towards someone who is trying to go against everything you do? Why are you going to walk towards them and hold their hand?
Look,
why?
Look.
If they're out of your way, why are you going out of your way to join with? It doesn't make sense.
And then talk about the Democratic saviors. Remember the Squad, the Four? I got swept up in it too. I was like, word, y'all sound like y'all selling some good stuff. Cool, let's see what you do. All last year,
and they were. That's it.
Last year, during the uprisings, it's kind of quiet. Kind of quiet from that quartet. It's kind of quiet. Cool. No doubt. Boom. We got the craziness of the Capitol. Still, besides like a live stream here or there from AOC, still seem kind of quiet. Where's that fire? Where's that fire from when you first got elected? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is going along to get along now. Full of it. And like, look, all I'm saying is we got to figure out something. Because they ain't coming to help. They ain't trying to come to help. They ain't trying to come to assist. They ain't trying to come do nothing. And it's getting silly. Seeing dude rather make memes than actually talk about some real stuff. People rather share pictures of Bernie Sanders sitting than actually do something. Silly, man. Silly. But with that said, Thomas D said vote locally at least. Yes, please. That's the best we gonna get. Voting locally is the best we gonna be able to get. It's important. You know what I'm saying? It's like those are the people that you can affect the most. It matters the most. Like Jenna James said, Bernie memes been blowing my timeline up. Yeah, it's like these are the same people that, you know what I'm saying, think it's funny to talk about how someone's hair is laid than actually talk about some nation building. And once again, I'm gonna open up and say, I don't have all the answers. But I care about the answers. I want to see the answers. I want to try to get answers. Other people just want to play around. And I think there's going to be a whole lot of broken hearts, either broken hearts or closed mouths while this administration goes on. Because you're going to see the same slow moving gears that grind to a halt when it comes to politics and political in general. And these same people that say, oh, Go on and vote for him. It's going to be so much better. These same people that was dancing in the streets ain't going to have no answers for you. Except, oh, just wait until the next time. Just wait. It'll get better. Just wait till the next time. You'll be good.
Yeah, get him in office first, and we can hold him accountable later.
How that, man?
Where you at?
So, with that said, I think we have exhausted, exasperated, and exercised the demons on a extra large show. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat: Kitty Hart, Thomas D, Jenna James. I believe we had Marquise Collins super early, but maybe not. Let's see, Ethic Radio came through. I know there was The Fixer came through. And that might be it. Big shout out to Tyler Bennett if he was in here anywhere. Sandra Thomas came through.
We would have known if he was in here.
Oh yeah, if he came through, we would have known. Tyler Bennett be crazy, so y'all know. But with that said, Lisa, say peace.
Bye, y'all.
And of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Hit that thumbs up if you like what you see. Hit that thumbs down if you don't. You hit that thumbs down, I'm gonna send all them silly cats that would rather talk about Michelle Obama's hair than what was wrong with the Obama administration. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna like that. Also,
stop bringing up old stuff.
Stop bringing up old things. Podcast for listening. You know what I'm saying? And of course, Spotify for that music. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel financially, Patreon supporters, Cash App, Super Chat, and also thank you to everyone who supports the channel with them clicks, them index fingers, them thumbs, sharing it. Share it to your grandma, share it to your sister, your cousin, your nephew, your Uncle Ed and them, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for all that. Leaving comments, being in the chat, it all helps. And we're going to leave y'all with ARC, Father Part 3. He's dope. He's been making beats for a minute. And I'm on the space bridge. So from us to you, we're just going to say, peace. And we out. We out. We out. Right, baby? We out. Hey. All right, y'all. We gone for real. Oh, man.